Yes, and
So
trans
they're
women are trans women,
genders.
and trans men are men.
I don't agree
And why is that?
because a woman is born a woman and a man is born a man.
Right, I already know your stance. I'm asking why you believe this.
Because it's true. I guess I don't understand your question. Like, what do you mean? Like, why do I understand it?
You believe
Like,
this to be
what?
true. Why? What reason do you have to believe
Because
this?
it's biologically true. Because it's scientifically true.
Gender and sex are not the same thing. So
Okay,
that's
so
just
can you
not
distinguish?
accurate.
Okay, distinguish the difference from me.
Sure. Sex is biological. This will be a combination of things like hormones, chromosomes, gametes, yada yada yada. Whereas gender is how you interact with social ideals or things that are expected of you depending on what your gender is. These are not the same thing as gender is socially constructed and sex is not.
Gender is a social construct. You say? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
Based on what?
I mean, based on what? There's nothing that's true of every single man on the planet. There's nothing that's true of every single woman on the planet.
No, I'm saying you said that gender is a social construct, but what is society basing gender off of?
Well, society formed gender roles around sex, but gender and sex are two different things. For example,
Right.
men being on average stronger than women posits that men should, by proxy, be the leaders or the head of the household. Obviously, not every man is a leader or a head of a household, which is what makes gender socially constructed. Sex, on the other hand, is observable.
But I mean, there's an exception to anything, though, right?
Well, that wouldn't be an exception.
You said not every man is equipped to be the leader of the household,
Yes, but
right?
exceptions are not logical. That's like the point.
I mean, so a person that could be deemed stronger shouldn't have harder labor jobs. You don't feel?
I don't think that men should be given harder labor jobs just because men on average are stronger. I think this should be based off of what each individual is capable of, not what the general populace is capable of.
Right, but the majority of men, right, are stronger than women, correct? All right,
Generally.
so generally, right, because again, there's exceptions to anything. There's literally nothing 100% other than we're going to all unalive one day. So, other than that, right, we only can go off of what the majority of the truth is, and the truth is, majority of men are stronger, which means that that men should basically take on the jobs of harder labor, take on the jobs that are more strenuous as far as like workload is concerned.
Generally, I can agree that stronger people would have an easier job doing things that require a lot of strength. But I don't think this should claim is what I agree with. Like, I don't think men ought to do the hard work because they on average can do that hard work. I don't think we should be telling what men and women what they should do based solely on their gender or sex.
Okay, so okay, I guess I'm curious of what your perspective is. So you feel like there's no such thing as gender roles at all in
No, there are
society?
gender roles. I just think that they're dumb.
You right? You feel like there shouldn't be any gender roles, right?
Ideally, yeah.
Okay. So do you feel like, let's just say that we dismantle the roles that each gender plays, right, in society? Do you feel like most women, like yourself, would agree that, hey, let's just say if the roles were reversed, do you feel like society would be just as advanced as it is now? Like if the roles were reversed, like if men were to stay at home and then all of that stuff, good stuff.
No, I don't think they should do that. Like, I don't think you're understanding what I mean. I don't think
Okay.
anyone should have gender roles. I don't think the roles should be turned around. But to answer your question, yeah, I think we'd be able to achieve things just fine. Especially with how technology has advanced. Women have made a lot of incredible contributions historically.
They have.
So I don't think that we would require men to do all the heavy lifting. But I don't think that one gender should be delegated all the hard work.
Is it required though? I don't think it's a requirement for anyone.
Is what a requirement?
I mean, are roles really required though? Like, or is this just happen to be the logical like thing to do, right? Like, I don't feel like anybody is required to do anything, even in a society that you feel that is, even in a society that you feel is has roles, I guess.
Well, when
I
you
don't feel like
face
anybody's required.
ramifications socially and possibly financially for doing the opposite, are you driving?
I'm not driving, someone else is.
Really? Yeah, no. I don't trust that for a second.
Yo, what's up?
What the fuck is up with your username?
I don't know. It's a good name. What's up with it though? So, we're gonna talk about trans. I don't like trans. Yo,
Anyway. And any fucking way. I don't know why my views got severed in half. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I dropped you because your name is Muslim Zionist. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But also, it wasn't me, it was my mods. And I think they made a good call. I think that was a pretty good call. I don't know why TikTok hates me. I don't even be doing nothing for real. Y'all make sure we're sharing and tap in the screen. Dylan, I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, I don't want to have to block you, Dylan. I really would appreciate it if you just respected my boundaries. Please. Thank you so much for the 4-month subscription, Freddie. And thank you for the heart me. No, it's okay, Car. Oh, wait. Oh, you blocked him. Okay, fair enough. Work has already been done. Period. But y'all, that's actually really funny. Make sure we're tapping the screen. Tap that screen, and also share the live out. I'm gonna need y'all to really spam because TikTok is being an op right now. So True, Kenobi. So true. Karo not fucking around. My man's Karo stands on business. But y'all, please hop and guess a quest if you think being trans is wrong. And also if you don't have weird shit as your name. I don't know why my viewership is so fucking odd. Maybe I have something going on with my account. Let me see. But how's everyone doing, by the way? I hope we're all doing well. Hi, Jackie. Noodle. Maybe I'll make an announcement in my Discord. The hurricane is scary, per. I'm doing terrible is crazy. That's honestly pretty relatable. I'm so fucking fatigued. I don't feel like doing anything. It's my mom's death anniversary. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hold on, I'm trying to see what's going on with my viewership. Thank you for the pumpkin. The way my shit just got just slashed. Just slashed in half. Let's see. Yeah, if you're 18 plus, it is absolutely possible to join Discord. Found out I'm anemic today. Yo, that's crazy work. Let's see. TikTok Studio. Let's do an account check. I got a wisdom tooth taken out yesterday. That sounds painful as fuck. Okay, so my account is apparently in good standing. I don't understand what's going on. Oh, thank you for the hand heart, Ivy. Oh, hand hearts, plural. God damn. Thank you. What happened with your other mod? Who are you talking about? I'm so tired, y'all. I'm so fucking tired. Oh, Dylan was never a mod. Well, no, Dylan was a mod. He just never actually really moderated. He just kinda had mod powers. No, not Dylan. Oh, then who are you talking about? And yeah, I am really tired. I think I was out of my Zoloft, so I went digging through my drawer and I found two 25 milligram Zolofts instead of one 50 milligram Zoloft. For some reason, I think they knocked me off of my fucking ass. I am so tired. I'm so tired. But anyway, y'all, please hop in the guest request if you think being trans is wrong. And hopefully Walgreens can get me my fucking prescription. 'Cause, I know I need to go to sleep. But, like, I want a debate. I would like a debate. Oh, Jacob. Jacob hosts his own lives now, so he doesn't really mod here anymore. And I'm happy for him. He eats the house down boots. Edwin, I know I should go to sleep. But what if I don't wanna? Nurse came in and wants another EKG, oh my gosh. I miss Jacob too. My god. I'm glad you like the new topic, Dario. We just need to get some more fucking people in here. Hi, Free. I might order some fucking... Where the ops at? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta change in the background. I don't know if this will do anything. I don't want to have to hit the restart after I've only been on here for fucking 20 minutes. You know what? I think I will hit the restart, and if that doesn't work, then oof. So we'll hit the restart, and hopefully it actually sends out. So I'll be back, y'all. Savannah. Thank you, Cam. I'm not done, like even remotely, but I'm excited to see where it ends up. I'm so spent. And I'm really tired of my viewership being low. I just want to be able to have the ops funnel in so we can have some intriguing discourse. But hi, everybody. Please hop in the guest requests if you think being lesbian is wrong. And only if you think being lesbian is wrong. Let's get into it.
Hello.
Oh? Hi. How old are you?
27.
Okay.
Why?
Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
Yeah.
Why is that?
My morals.
What about them?
My morals say that that's wrong. It's immoral.
Yes, I'm asking you why.
Because of my morals. Do you have your morals? What do you mean, why?
What about your morals makes being lesbian immoral?
That's my morals. My morality says it's wrong.
Yeah, I'm asking you why.
Doesn't need to be a why. Just the same reason, just you have your morals, I have mine.
Yeah, but where does this come from?
Myself.
Yeah, but why?
Because. Do you know what morals are?
Sir.
I don't think you know what morals are.
Sir, this is really painful. I'm gonna try and explain this to you from my point
I'm
of view.
asking you, do you know what morality is?
Okay, so anyway, like I was saying, I get my morality from what does and does not cause unnecessary harm or suffering. And because being lesbian does not cause unnecessary harm or suffering, nor does it mitigate it, I consider it to be amoral. I'm asking you, what about your morality makes being lesbian wrong? Thank you for the hand heart, Ivy.
Yeah, when you say unnecessary suffering,
What about your morality
that's not
makes
morals.
being lesbian
That's
wrong?
not morals. That's something physical.
What about, no, that's not just physical suffering.
Yeah, you're comparing.
There's also,
you know what morality is? It's like this. Listen to your parents.
there's also mental
Work
suffering.
hard. Here's my morals. Let me give you some of my morals. Listen to your parents. No smoking. No drink. None of that stuff.
Champ, I'm asking you why
I'm
you
telling you my
hold
morals.
these. I'm asking you why you hold these morals, champ.
Because of
You
me,
telling
my
me what
morality. This is
oh
my morals.
God. Oh my God.
Do you know what morality comes? It comes
Oh
from
my
me.
God, champ. Why is this a part of your morality, champ?
Your Mards muted me.
Why is this a part of your morality, champ?
Why? Just
Why?
because I believe it's wrong.
I can't, I no longer, I refuse. I simply refuse. I can't, I just no. Just no. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
What's the point in you doing this though? I just have a question.
How old are you?
Hold on. What's the point in you doing this?
How old are you?
Whatever.
Okay, goodbye, child. I'm not answering children's questions. No. No. Anyway. Let's set up a new goal. And for the people telling me to go to sleep, you're right. But I don't care. Anyway, y'all, try and hit this gift goal so we can get more ops up here. But please hop in the guest request if you think being lesbian is wrong. I don't usually talk like this. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I know I sound like I'm on some crazy ass shit. Like I just hit that Robitussin. But I'm just so fucking tired. I'm sorry. If you don't like my voice, that's okay. You're free to leave. I won't judge you. I understand. I'm just very tired right now. Thank you guys for hitting the gift goal. And thank you for the baby hippo, Sam. Hi, Annie. It wasn't 250s. It was 225s. I don't know why they knocked me the fuck out, because I usually take 50s. I don't know. Because 25 times 2 is 50, right? Right? Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the blooming. Thank you, Sam. No, but y'all, 25. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you for the other blooming. Damn. Thank you. Hi, Riley. I took Zoloft, but I think... Thank you for the Tom's hug, Annie. I think... I took Zoloft, but perhaps it bad. Yeah, maybe normal math doesn't work with medication, and perhaps I fucked up. Perhaps I did an oopsie. Mayhaps I did a bad. You know? No, it was just kind of old. It was definitely not expired, but thank you for the baby ghost and thank you for the heart me. Please hop in the guest requests if you think being lesbian is wrong. Thank you for the baby ghosts. Fellow Sam, you're being so kind to me. Thank you so much. And y'all, I don't know why TikTok keeps treating me like this. I didn't even do nothing for real. Thank you for the pumpkin. You know what? Maybe I'll text AG. Hold on. Or actually, maybe I'll call her. The face of a man who's about to get his balls touched for free. That's fucking crazy work. Thank you for the pumpkins. Yeah, that's something that Patrick sent me. Patrick sent me a picture of his face and he said, the picture of a man who's about to get his balls touched for free. I don't ask me for answers because I don't have any. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
18.
What year were you born?
January 8th, 2006.
Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
Yes.
And why is that?
Wait, hold on. Okay, so I'm playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And can I come back in like 5 minutes? I'm actually locked in.
Now, why the fuck? Alright, just...
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
enjoy your game. What the fuck? What are we doing? What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Why? Why? For what? In the wise words of Cardi B, what was the reason? What was the reason? Let's see, what's this? Oh, okay, that's Eden. Hi, Eden. Let's see. Hello?
Hello,
Hi, how old are you?
19,
What year were you born?
2005.
Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong? Thank you for the heart me.
It's just, so I'm not from the States, right?
Okay.
So I'm not like familiar to like this LG to TIA stuff, right?
Do you take pleasure in trolling me, bestie?
And trolling, what do you like? What is that? Could you like rephrase trolling real quick?
Every day we stray further and further from the Lord's grace. It hurts. I don't even believe in him like that for real, but I think it needed to be said. Hello?
Hi,
Hi, how old are you?
26.
Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
I believe that it is wrong because you guys are not leaving enough women for the bi girlies.
As a pansexual, I'm so sorry. I can't help it, okay? I'm sorry that I got that ushy gushy. Moving on to the next guest. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 21.
Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
In my opinion, no.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not. Oh, that's. Oh, that's. Oh, that's not. That's not. So, anyways, I feel violated. Reparations, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal are in my bio. Give me money to pay for my next therapist's appointment. Thanks. Hello?
Hi, I'm back.
Are you done locking in? I feel like I can still hear the fucking game in the background.
I'm still playing, but I can focus.
Bro.
I can focus.
I mean, clearly you can't because you left knowing you wouldn't be able to focus. So why
Yeah, but
not just be fucking for real?
That match was different.
What type of cope? Anyway, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
No, I just wanted to say you're hot.
But then if I hop off of a bridge, but then if I hop off of a bridge, but then if I take a leap, then I'm wrong, and I'm the crazy and deranged bitch. You know? Then it's me who has mental health issues. Anyway, please hop in the guest requests if you think being lesbian is wrong. And if you do, please hop in the guest requests now. Please. I'm going to try and I can't tell where AG's contact is because it doesn't translate on my iPad, so I have to try and look for her. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I'm a caller. That's loud as fuck. I shall. Hello.
What's up?
Can we go on your account? I'm fatigued and the only obs that come up here are either creepy or are asking me or, well, trying to tell me that I'm hot or something. And it's making me uncomfy.
Ew.
I know. Hi, Paul. How old are you, Paul?
61.
Okay. Do you think being lesbian is wrong, Paul?
Oh, I want to know why you're an atheist.
How would you know I'm an atheist?
Because a true believer in the Lord Jesus Christ believes in holiness and knows being a lesbian is wrong.
You know there are Christian lesbians, right?
There ain't no such thing. That's like saying there's an alcoholic Christian or a murder or unalive Christian that goes around joining the KKK and he's all right.
That actually happens quite often, Paul.
I can call myself a pig, don't.
Anyway, that's enough. If you don't want to go live, that's okay. I just thought I would ask.
I don't mind. I just think like I can do like only an hour because my brother and his girlfriend are here.
Oh wait, yeah, you told me that you were okay. Never mind then. It's
well,
okay.
I can go for like an hour because my brother wants to play UFC.
You sure?
Watching. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
They don't give a shit.
All right.
Yeah, I've got my microphone goes where you can't hear background noise. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll hop on real quick.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. See you in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Let's go. Let's get into it. Hi, everyone. I didn't take you off. That is AG's at. I didn't take you off, sir. My mod removed you, but I think that was in everyone else's best interest, so I don't blame them. Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, I'm good. How old are you?
21.
Okay. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
Yeah, I do. This is probably gonna be a short conversation though.
Okay. And why is that?
Because I am a Christian.
Oh, fabulous. Okay. Can you prove to me that God is real?
Can I prove to you that God is real? Well, to be honest, I'm probably not gonna be able to convince you over this live, but to me there's plenty of evidence.
Can you prove to me why you believe in God even though he's okay with slavery?
Well, he's not necessarily okay with slavery.
Yeah, he is.
Well, a couple things on that. When you picture slavery and you bring up
I don't care what the slavery looks like. If you own someone as property, I don't care how nice you're treating them. It's still wrong.
Yeah, but biblical slavery wasn't really owning someone as property like chattel slavery of the...
Do you want me to read you the verse?
Yeah, you can read the verse.
Lovely. Everyone, please turn your Bibles to Leviticus 25:44 through 46. Let's look into it. Your male and female slaves are to come from the nations around you. From them you may buy slaves. You may also buy some of the temporary residents living among you and members of their clan born in your country, and they will become your property. You can bequeath them to your children as inherited property and make them slaves for life, but you must not rule over your fellow Israelites ruthlessly.
Yeah, okay, so if we're going back to the Old Testament, there's some things that have changed since then. Society.
Is God a changing individual?
He's not a changing individual, but societies change and rules adapt for societies, and when he sent his son Jesus, things were changed.
So if God is not changing, then was he wrong when he said this?
No, I think he was understanding what society was like and what was going to happen if they didn't.
It was really common during that time.
I think he realized that they were going to enslave each other anyways, so it's best to put restrictions on it.
You know what was really popular during that time?
What was popular during that time?
Schmurder. You know what he said was bad?
What?
Schmurder.
Exactly.
You know what he didn't say was bad? Slavery. But you know what was common during that time? Slavery.
I didn't get it. Yeah, I'm not gonna deny any of that. I gotta get going. I will just say that either way, I do believe that being lesbian is wrong, but I still believe that God loves you just as much as he loves me. So have a great night.
Thanks, you too. Crazy work. Crazy, deplorable, terrifying work. Anyways, AG is live now. So I'm gonna go on. Thank you for subscribing. I'm very tired. I'm really, really tired. I'm going to end the stream and go stream with AG. If you want to see the stream, just go into your following or your friends tab or whatever the fuck. And if you see me there and you click me, then you'll also see AG. If you want her at, it is AG Bullshy1. There it is right there. Hold on. There it is. 8 per. We will be going there. Yes, we will. Okay, bye bye, my loves. I might have to take a caffeine pill because it's some crazy ass shit. Okay, bye. Tired. I'm so tired.
Why are you so tired? Did you not sleep?
I did sleep, but I was out
If
of
you're joining right now,
Zoloft.
sorry, Sam. If you're
It's
joining right now,
okay.
you think being lesbian is wrong. Click the guest request to debate. Okay, sorry, Sam. What?
No worries. I was out of Zoloft and I keep requesting the Zoloft and things keep going wrong. So I
Oh,
went through my drawer to see if I had any more like 25 milligram Zoloft. And I was like, 25 times 2 is 50. So if I just take 2 of the
Sam, you sound
25s,
fucking.
I know. If I
You
just
sound in
take,
the clouds. If you're
I
watching and you think
know.
being lesbian is wrong, please click the guest request to debate.
If I just take 2 of the 25s, then I'll be fine. And I have been, but then
Gunner,
when I
click the
went to
guest request to debate.
class, I started falling asleep in class.
Sam,
And I
maybe
think it's really hitting me now. No, no, no.
you might need to go to bed.
I must weather the storm.
If you're joining and you think being lesbian is wrong, click the guest request to debate. If you're watching and you think being lesbian is wrong, click the guest request to debate.
I think
She's trying to
I'm
get
gonna
some
take,
debate, Skywin.
I think I'm gonna take a caffeine pill.
Oh God,
And
no,
and
I don't think you should do that.
it's
Y'all
too late.
like and share the
I'm
live.
already
We can
opening
send it to the most. Robbie, why don't you debate me, bro? Debate me, Robbie.
It's wicked
You
and
won't.
evil is crazy.
Sam is with us, but Sam's also with ET. So
Guys, I need to be awake.
yo,
I
if you're
need to
joining
be
and you think
awake.
being lesbian is wrong, click the guest request to debate. Please and thank you, and share the live so that we can get some debates going. All right. Sorry it's taking so long. I don't know what's going on. I only join if you do think being lesbian is wrong. That's why I like to go during the day because it's just an endless supply. What's up, Corey? How old are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so not mean to press the request. I was trying to double tap.
I got you. Okay, take care. If you're joining and you think being lesbian is wrong, or you're watching and you think being lesbian is wrong, click the guest request to debate. If you think
Also,
that being
how's
lesbian is
everyone
wrong,
doing?
click the guest request to debate.
Cheers.
Please and thank you. It's dead.
That is
I don't know if it's you, Sam.
Hmm.
But if you're joining and you think being lesbian is wrong, please click the guest request to debate. Just trying to get some debates going. Oh, and they're gone.
And they were fairy.
Oh, come on, George. Why don't you debate me, dude? All right. Thank you, Eden.
Ooh.
Oh, and she was a fairy.
He's a runner, he's a track.
Only join if you do think that being lesbian is wrong. Oh, every time somebody joins, they drop. I don't know if they're just
This is what happens to
accidentally.
me all the time.
All right. Maybe their connection was
A
bad.
track fairy.
What's up? How old are you? Hello, how old are you?
I am 18.
What year were you born?
2005,
What month?
November.
Okay. What day?
The
That would make you 19.
No, that would
Because
make
we
me
haven't
18.
reached November yet.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I
if
promise
they're
I'm
born in
18.
05, they're born 05 and they're 18. If we already passed the month they were born, then they would be 19.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
November
sorry,
isn't
my
until
math
next month.
is not mathing tonight.
It's okay. I do the same shit. I'm barely here.
Okay. Do you think that being lesbian is wrong?
Okay, so right now I don't but I'm gonna tell you why I used to think it's wrong. Can I do that?
Preferably no, because I've heard everybody's. This is what I do. Like this is the topic I do, so I can only guess some sort of religion or some sort of other shit.
All right.
same
Well,
realm.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
No
I just want like real opposition, but I appreciate you. Oh, toodaloo. If you're joining, you think being lesbian is wrong. Click the guest request to debate.
Matrix?
They're still loading on my screen.
Oh.
Can you even see Sam?
Hello?
Yeah.
What's up? How old are
Barely.
you? Matrix, how old are you?
22. Oh, 22.
Okay, do you think that being lesbian is wrong?
I do.
How
And
come?
why is that?
Well, I mean, you did say that you don't want to hear that again about religion.
Actually, I didn't say that. I said I wanted like real opposition. You can bring up religion.
Okay.
Just don't get your panties in a twist when I tear it down.
My panties are untwisted.
Okay, just be ready because just be
Untwisted.
ready. These people get real angry when I bring up their religion.
No, I mean, you could get angry too, but you don't have to.
Okay. So,
Well,
are you Christian?
I kind of want to hear. I am Christian, but I kind of want to hear you. Why is being lesbian not wrong?
Well, so I think it's amoral. I don't think it holds any moral significance, just like heterosexuality. So it's not right or wrong. It just is innate, and there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't cause any harm. It doesn't do anything like to society as a whole that would make me think that it's wrong, based off of my subjective morality.
Okay, so I would say that I hold to the idea that a male figure is important in a child's life.
Incorrect.
In the development of any child, I believe that a male figure, somebody that loving affection coming from a man, a father, it doesn't even have to be biological father. I have a stepdad and I got plenty of love from him as well. I'm sure. How did you guys grow up?
I don't really feel comfortable talking about my childhood as it relates to this. I don't care about anecdotal evidence. I do care about studies though, and I care what studies say. So, do you have a study that would back up your claim about like children needing like a father in the home?
I would say personal experience, really, and that's why I was just trying to ask you what your personal experience was, because I am genuinely curious as to how it.
I had two fathers.
Yeah.
I had stepdads and stepmom. I had stepdad and my dad, and then stepmom and my mom. So I had two sets of parents.
Yeah, that's
Thank you so much.
What did you say that it was? How was your relationship with those guys?
Fine.
It was good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Do you think that their influence on you had anything to do with your development up until this point in your life?
Like as to why I was a lesbian?
No, just like as who you are. I mean, I'm sure you're.
I mean, yeah, I think parents have a huge impact on like your life if they're a piece of shit. Yeah.
Relatable.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I think that parents have a huge impact on your life if they're a piece of shit, regardless of gender.
For sure.
Mother or father, if they are pieces of shit, they have an impact on you. You have to unpack that shit.
100%. And so I
mean, it's already demonstrably false that you require a male figure in the household. What you do require, or at least what is more likely to have your child end up with positive childhood outcomes, is having two parents in the house.
Yeah,
These
that's what the
parents
studies
do
show.
not have to be male and female. So far, if you were to look up, what's it called? Same-sex and opposite-sex child outcomes from the NIH, it tells us that the childhood outcomes for straight couples and lesbian couples with children is exactly the same. The only slight difference is that the lesbian parents experience a little bit more parenting stress than the heterosexual parents do. But that's about it. Also, the people asking me if I'm okay, I'm tired as fuck. So.
My kind of I don't really want to say rebuttal to that, but I would say like question would be like what are they defining success as, or how are they basing
So it's based off of financial happiness, like finance, happiness, like overall well-being for the child, the same as a heterosexual. So if it's not better, it's the same as a heterosexual couple.
Right.
So like their finances,
their
their overall happiness, stability in the household, their grades. They even go down to grades. You asked me a question, bro. I'm answering it.
I'm not even like trying to. I'm saying just overall stability. That's what you're saying. Just overall stability in society, whatever. They're
Yeah, like how you'd measure a normal heterosexual couple. Same way. We measure it using the same things. Like if a heterosexual couple is I mean, that's the only way we measure it is based off of grades, finance, their well-being and happiness, those kinds of things.
right. Well, you see, I don't believe that that's the success of anyone.
Well, okay. I mean,
I would say.
do you have a study that would say the opposite? Because those are what the studies should say, and that's just like a summarized version. You can go read the study in depth. It's by NIH, which means it's fucking hefty, bro. It's like in depth, super in depth. But you're pretty much only going based off of like your anecdotal experience, which doesn't go up to a study whatsoever. It's never gonna your anecdotal evidence is never going to beat a study.
That's crazy. I think that's a wild statement because.
Hey, brother, I can barely hear you. You're like super far from your mic.
Oh, has it been like that the whole time?
Yeah. It sounds like it's just super muffled.
Okay, how about now?
Seems better.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a wild statement. I think that's a real hot take to say that
thank you so much.
My personal anecdote, my personal, experience in life is not sufficient to bring up arguments.
No, so in a debate, your anecdotal evidence will never go up against the study. That's what I said. Your anecdotal evidence, because my anecdotal evidence could counteract yours, which is why it's useless. Because you and I can have different experiences on an anecdotal level, and then it just contradicts each other. So that's why we look at studies. And so you would have to bring me a study.
No,
just
I
because.
get that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to go more. I am trying to get more personal into it. That's why I asked about you, your upbringing, as to what your individual feelings are. I'm not trying to talk about the study. I'm trying to talk about what you, because you're saying, why is being lesbian wrong? I mean, is that not an opinion? Is that not, your point, as you just said?
All my opinions are backed in studies. Everything I believed is backed in evidence and studies.
So you're saying.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. I mean, hold on.
So like I don't hold opinions without like understanding why I hold the opinion, or like it's not based off of my experience like just my experience. That's biased. And like confirmation bias too.
I would read any sort of study that you're saying, but just because the study of a certain group of people at a period of time reveals a certain outcome does not mean that it's morally correct.
Well, so then so how do you determine what's moral and not moral?
From scripture.
Scripture.
Right.
Okay. Do you think slavery is okay?
Are you familiar with how slavery was to be handled? Slavery, I put that into quotations, of how slavery was to be handled and done in that time.
Yeah. So you don't want to play this game with me because you're going to lose.
Okay, I want to hear.
Cool. There's two types of slavery. There's two types of.
I'm sorry. Can we pause real quick?
Sure.
I just want to. I don't know. You felt a little like aggravated at that. I don't want.
Yeah, because you guys love to act like I don't know scripture.
Who's you guys? I don't even.
No, because okay, so it's a common thing for Christians to say, "Oh, you don't know what the time is." You guys like to compare it to American slavery. Is slavery wrong? Period. Slavery is wrong. Period. And even that, the biblical slavery is that of American slavery.
Oh, I disagree with that entirely. But
have you read Exodus 21? Have you read the Exodus laws?
We can go there, but hold on. How do you take off the keyboard from your screen when I'm freaking trying to?
I have no idea, brother. I don't have that problem.
Oh my goodness. Whatever. Can we read Exodus?
Have you read Exodus 21? The laws in Exodus of how to beat your slave, what to do with women slaves.
How to beat your slave? What do you mean?
How to beat? You've never read Exodus 21?
I have.
I'll read it for you.
Let's read it. Hold on.
I got you. Just give me a second.
They be giving you tutorials and shit.
Exodus 21, 20 through 21. Anyone who beats their male or female slave with a rod must be punished if the slave offs as a direct result, but they are not to be punished if the slave recovers after a day or two, since the slave is their property.
Are you familiar with the state of slavery today?
So that's your major pivot? Slavery, how does this
Slavery
relate to?
has always been bad. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Was.
It doesn't matter if it's happening today. It's still fucking wrong. It doesn't matter if it happened 2,000 years ago. It's still fucking wrong. It's wrong. Period. End of story.
Do you believe that you're a slave or no? Obviously, no.
Oh
No, I'm not
God.
a fucking
Oh
slave.
my God.
No, I'm not a
Please.
slave. No, I'm not a slave. You're not a slave to the government.
Do you work?
Do I work? Yeah, I'm a 1099. I'm definitely not a slave.
Do you abide by the laws of this land?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay,
Heavy on sometimes.
Would you be punished if you were to not?
That's not. What's the definition of a slave? What's the definition of a slave?
You see, in this.
Just answer the question. God damn. We don't need the metaphorical shit. We are not slaves. Being metaphorically
What is
slave
what
not
is
the
a
same as
slave
being an actual
matrix?
slave.
What is a slave matrix? Definition of a slave.
You want me to pull it up from Google? I'll pull it up from Google. I'm using my
Yeah,
phone.
go for it.
Leave the thing and it'll still be on.
Yeah, if you scroll out, you're just gonna have to memorize it, or I can just read it for you.
Okay, go ahead. I trust you.
Okay, a person who is forced to work for and obey another and is considered to be their property, an enslaved person. So anybody that's their property. I'm not anybody's property. I'm not the government's property. I'm not my mom's property. I'm not my work's property. Being owned is in the sense of like farming equipment is not the same thing. I'm not a slave to the government. That's why you can break laws. You're going to go to prison, but you're still not the prison's property because they can't beat you. But in Exodus 21, you can beat your slaves.
I mean, it happens where people are abused in their arrests and being taken into.
100%. And those cops, they get charged for that shit. They're not allowed to do that.
Right.
They have regulations. Do I think the system is perfect? Absolutely fucking not. There are horrible cops. There are absolutely horrible cops that should be punished for touching inmates, for doing things to people that aren't inmates, especially against the black community. Absolutely, those people should be punished and should go to jail / prison. But that's irrelevant to the conversation. You said where's slavery in the Bible? You said that there's no beating. I gave you the verse.
I don't know. I didn't say that there was no beating. I just said where does it like instruct them? The way that you guys say it instructs them on how to just caught me off guard. And yes,
I didn't say instruct. I said tells you how to do it, what to do, and it also tells you it sanctions. Hey, brother, I'm speaking, and you are literally interrupting the middle of my sentence.
You just interrupted me. I was trying to say what my thing was, and,
Okay.
you interrupted me, and then I interrupted you. Because you interrupted me. I mean, I'm not tripping. You seem to be getting really annoyed. I'm not annoyed. I'm genuinely trying to like go through our own personal moralities. I'm open to sway of, not sway of beliefs. I am firm in my beliefs, but in the criticism of the past and past incidents and past things that have happened just anywhere, scripture or not, I'm open to discussion of those and, reforming my perspective of it. But you seem to be getting more aggravated as this goes.
Well, forgive me and please correct me if I'm wrong, but in the event that you are a marginalized group and there are people trying to justify your oppression, or at the very least are trying to tell you that a part of your identity is inherently or morally wrong, and the only thing they have to say in regards to that is that that God said it's wrong, so it must be, and they are not required to do
Not
any
only
further
that, but
thinking
I'm
aside
allowed to
from
get
that.
aggravated at your lack of like being able to actually concede to a point. I'm allowed to get aggravated at you saying, well, slavery this, you're a slave to the government, well, you're a slave to that, because that's absurd. It's
Yeah, but
absolutely
cognitive
absurd
dissonance
what
is
you're
frustrating.
saying. And when I bring up an actual verse in the Bible, which you said it's wrong because the Bible said so, but I'm bringing you a verse that I think is morally apprehensible, that God sanctioned slavery and condoned slavery all throughout the Bible, and all you do is pivot and then go to like, well, you're government to the slave. I'm absolutely allowed to get aggravated. It's fucking obnoxious and idiotic.
Damn, brother.
8.
Nah, you yeah. I'm receiving everything that you're saying. But I'm not trying to perpetuate that, sort of thinking of where it's just because it says so. I'm definitely not trying to do that. I'm trying to actually flesh this out. I believe what I believe.
But you're not doing a debate. You're just like doing a word salad right now. Like it's just about like, well, you seem all agitated. Like you're not saying anything right now. You're not adding to the debate whatsoever. It's just feelings. I don't give a fuck. Respond to my argument. Otherwise, I'm moving on.
Okay, you go ahead.
The Bible sanctions and condones slavery throughout the entire fucking book. What do you think about it? If there's immorality in the Bible that God condones and sanctions, but then there's morality, you think that there's morality in the Bible like homosexuality is wrong, how can I tell the difference between the two? In the same book that it condemns homosexuality, it condones slavery, owning people as property for life, that you can pass down them as a property to your children. In Leviticus. What's your argument for that?
There were certain conditions under which that quote unquote slavery was held.
Hold on, AG.
There is a portion where it states that after 7 years, the slave was to be set free.
No, so there's a difference. There's indentured servitude in the Bible only for Israelites, but even that in Exodus 21, God makes I'll read it to you. So Exodus 21 is a law for Hebrew slaves, which were the Israelites. Okay, so when we're talking about Leviticus 21, an indentured servitude is for 6 to 7 years. When it says property for life, that's clearly not an indentured servitude. Duh. Even then, even if it's an indentured servitude, owning somebody as property for life, regardless of paying off debts, is still wrong. Period. End of story. You can still beat your indentured servitude. That's wrong. It's not okay. And in Exodus 21, it explains that when you own these people as property, if you give them a wife, I'm just going to read it one second. I got to find it.
And I'm sorry, do you think owning people as property is okay as long as it's regulated?
I wouldn't say I'm even in the position to do any of that, so I don't really have.
You're not in the position to say slavery is bad?
I mean, like I could go back into that, what I was saying about if somebody was to work for you and they were to be,
You can quit. Somebody to work for you can quit. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. And the fact you're trying to play these games around it because you're scared of saying that your God is immoral is absurd to me. And that's why I hate fucking religion. I think it's so obnoxious that you can throw your morals out the door when it's asking you a simple question. I'm asking you such a simple question. To denounce the immorality in the Bible that God condoned and sanctioned, how is it hard? How is that so hard? This is why I struggle with people that are so religious, because you guys are so fucking scared of saying that God is immoral. But it's so easy for me to do that shit. This shit's heinous.
So you do believe that God is real?
No, I'm an atheist. I don't believe God is real.
Okay. So he can't be immoral.
What?
He can't be immoral. He's not real.
It's an internal critique. The God of the Bible is immoral, a fictional character can't. First of all, a fictional character can be immoral.
Right.
Hold on.
They can do immoral things in a book.
Do you think you can't have morality without God?
Then it just becomes subjective.
All morality is subjective, including your God's morality.
Your God's morality is subjective. The issue is your God's morality never changes. So even as we update and get better, your God doesn't.
No, that's the difference, though, is that his has never changed and ours always has.
Yeah, I don't think you know either. I don't think you know. Just because you have an objective truth doesn't mean your objective truth is good. Again, your God condones and sanctions slavery, by the way, which was upheld. The Baptist Church used the Bible to uphold slavery in the U.S. Continued to try and uphold, using the Bible, to continue to uphold slavery in the U.S. Christians continued to use the Bible to uphold slavery in the U.S.
Okay, but that wasn't really going what I was saying. But you can go on to the next one, though, because I'm
okay
to do stuff. But appreciate you talking to me, though, and yeah.
One of the most useless conversations I've ever had in my entire life.
That was some cowardly ass shit, I'm not gonna lie.
What's up, how old are you?
18.
What year were you born?
What'd you say?
What year were you born?
06.
What month?
What?
Okay. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
Yes.
How come?
Because it's immoral.
Why is it immoral?
That was the first question.
You said
Why? That was the first question. Why is it immoral?
what? God says so.
All right. So prove God is real.
What do you mean?
If you can't understand that question, I'm just going to move on because that's
All right.
absolutely absurd.
Why was Hitler wrong?
Excuse me?
Why was Hitler wrong in what he did?
So first of all, I asked you to prove God. Hitler has nothing to do with
Yeah,
this.
I'm about to. Why was Hitler wrong?
Okay, don't say his name. Thank you very much. Otherwise, I'm going to get banned. So you have to say Hitler.
Okay, so why was he wrong?
Why was he wrong? Because
Yeah.
of mass genocide of Jewish people.
That's subjective.
How does the fuck does that prove your God's real? Do you have
Because
one brain cell?
There's no
Do you have one brain
moral-
cell?
There's no moral law without God.
Okay, ground God's morality. Ground God's morality. Ground his nature.
What do you mean ground is nature?
Yeah, ground his nature. If God is a subject, which means he's subjective as well.
No.
Your opinion is subjective. How you
No.
interpret the text is subjective.
No.
No fucking theist. No fucking theist agrees on what the Bible says. It's all subjective and up to interpretation.
No.
No, it's not.
Okay, it's not. All right,
It's
cool.
not.
So, what do you think about the slavery in the Bible?
What do you mean that there were no slaves? They were
There
indentured
was.
servants.
Nope.
Yeah.
Define indentured servant.
They worked for them because they owed them a debt.
Yeah, define indentured servitude though. So, how long are you supposed to be an indentured servant?
As long
for?
until you pay back your debt.
No, 6 to 7 years.
No.
Wrong. You're wrong.
No.
So,
Okay,
you are the most dense fuck I've ever talked to in my fucking life.
Let me ask you something.
You
If
have yet
I
to
owed-
prove your God. You have
If
yet
I
to
owed
prove
you
your God.
money, if I owed you money, could I wait 7 years to pay you back?
No.
Okay, exactly.
But
So your point
but I'm
makes
not
no
owning
sense.
you as
Your point makes
property.
no
I'm
sense.
not owning you as property. I'm not owning you as
doesn't matter.
property. Yes, it does. It doesn't matter.
very
Slavery is
specifically
wrong.
matters.
Slavery
Yes, it
is
is
wrong.
wrong. You're right.
It's wrong. So if there's
You're right.
immorality in the Bible, God is immoral.
He's not.
I thought
Okay.
slavery was wrong. What happened?
I just said slavery was wrong.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so
So prove
slavery's
prove
okay
your
as long as
no.
God
Stop.
does it?
Stop. So prove your God is real.
I just did. There's
You
no-
didn't. You said my morality is
no-
subjective. You
there's-
dense
there's
fuck.
no-
You
there's-
said my morality is subjective. That didn't prove God's existence. You fucking dumbass.
AG.
I
You're
can't.
really angry?
So prove God's existence.
There's no moral law without God.
That's
Prove
not
God's
accurate.
existence. That doesn't prove God. Keep repeating
Yes,
your
it does.
conclusion.
Without,
No, it
without
doesn't.
without a God, there's no moral.
Dumbest motherfucker I've ever talked to in my entire fucking life. What's up? How old are you?
19.
Okay. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
No. But you look like Parker. Do you know who Parker is?
Yeah, I do.
You look like him.
Did you just come up here to say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate you. Take it easy.
He's a-
All right, moving on. Sorry,
I
y'all.
feel like he
Calm
was gonna
down.
call you a slur. I don't know.
I'll calm down. You are not 18 years old.
Fuck you.
Hello?
What's up? How old are you?
Can you? Sorry.
No, you're cutting out pretty bad, bro.
Oh, am I? No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how
Maybe
old
if
are
I
you?
speak. I'm 18.
Okay, what year were you born?
I was born 2006, June 2006.
Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
I don't particularly agree with the framing of the question, but I think homosexuality is a sin in context of the Bible. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think slavery is wrong?
Do I think slavery is wrong? Yeah, I do.
In all contexts, it's wrong?
In all contexts, slavery is wrong.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Cool. So your God sanctions and condones slavery all throughout the Bible.
I wouldn't say. I did look up the Bible verse you're talking about. If this is your main argument, but it's more.
Well, it's my main argument as of right now because none of y'all can fucking concede on the point that your God is immoral and condoned and sanctioned slavery all throughout the Bible, in New Testament and Old Testament.
Can I address your first point before I get to the others?
Yeah.
But if you read the Bible in the context, when you think of indentured servitude being a very deeply entrenched thing back in those days.
Yeah, so we're talking about it. Here's the issue. We're talking about an all-good God who told you couldn't eat shellfish and that you couldn't mix fabrics, okay? So he made sure to let you know that homosexuality was wrong and all these other things are wrong and that you can't practice these things. But he made sure to let you know if you do own slaves, this is how you do it. You can own people as property for life, pass them down to your children. In Exodus 21, you can beat them so as long as they live for 2 to 3 days. And then if you like the indentured servitudes, there's even a loophole in Exodus 21 where he says that if you give your slaves a wife and children, then they can be owned as property for life. Also, on top of that, you are to obey your master as Christ.
Okay, sorry, you bring up a lot of points here, but I'll stick with the first one. So, in the context of Leviticus, the whole book is is more description than it is prescription. Meaning that it was obviously describing the term, the things that were taking place at the times, not saying this is something you should do. If you concede, let's say even if you were conceding that this is an outline, it's telling you what to do in this case. Like I said, it was describing it. It wasn't saying this is the way it should be.
So would you say that in Leviticus, whenever it says a man shall not lie with a man as with a woman, do you take that seriously?
There's a lot of arguments against that, specifically translation.
No, I'm asking your opinion. I don't give a fuck about anybody else's. I'm asking what you think of that verse.
When it says a man shouldn't lay with another man?
As with a woman, yes, in Leviticus.
Personally, I don't. I mean, yeah, I take the Bible at face value when it says something. Do I think that...
Okay, so then why the fuck do you care when it comes to Leviticus 25:44-46 telling you can own your male and female slaves that come from the nations around you? From them you may buy slaves. You may also buy some of the temporary residents living among you and members of their clans born in your country, and they will become your property.
Like I said, that was descriptive, not prescriptive.
I disagree with you wholeheartedly. So God can tell you that a man shall not lie with a man as with a woman, but then the next verse in the same book, he'll tell you that you can own slaves, you can buy them across nations around you, and you can own them as property.
Yeah, like I said, that was a description of the time. I mean, we can keep doing this all day, but my point...
Exodus 21 is law. There's Levitical law as well. You should know that. There's Mosaic law. You should know that.
Levitican law is an orthodoxy, which is way more Judaism than it is Christianity. I'm a Christian.
Well, it's the same God. It's the same God.
It is the same God, but it's before the new
covenant. I don't give a shit. Jesus. So your God doesn't change, though. Your God doesn't change. So the same God in the Old Testament is the same God as the New Testament. This is why I have a problem with your worldview. You think that somehow because Jesus came down that all the time, all of a sudden things change. No, it didn't. Your God still condoned sanctioned slavery in the Old Testament, as well as a whole bunch of other bullshit. But at the same time,
it doesn't stay the same. It says that it's a new commandment. It's a new day.
No, actually, what does it say in Matthew? That the law shall not change until the heaven and the earth have passed away. That hasn't happened yet.
Yes, the coming of the Messiah.
So Levitical law is to stay, which is this law, and even then Exodus 21 lays out a clear law of if you're owning it. The entire Exodus 21 is exactly how to own slaves.
Well,
what to do with your slaves.
Could you see the difference between laying out a law and
yes, because
following a law?
Yes, because you use these same things, okay? So like the 10 Commandments that are in the Old Testament, okay? And then we talk about like things that are all throughout the Bible that God says don't do and do. That doesn't matter though, because your God's still commanding and sanctioning, condoning, and sanctioning these things all throughout the Bible.
My question is, how is a law sanctioned? In what way is a law sanctioned? We have modern laws against certain things. That's not saying it's a guideline. It's not a sanction. Your all good God could have said don't own people as property, but instead said do. Could you repeat that slower?
Your all good God could have said don't own people as property. Your all good, all knowing God who eventually is going to come to the fact that we're more moral than him. No, he doesn't. He only frees. No, you don't know the context of that. He only cared about Hebrew slaves. He only cared about the Israelites being freed. It was only for him. He didn't care about actual enslavement. That doesn't change the fact that he sanctioned slavery all throughout the Bible. Old Testament and New Testament. Sorry, Sam, I can't do the fucking slave apologist right now.
No, it's okay. Understandably so. Which
Okay.
is why the person in the comments talking about if you thought you were right, you wouldn't be so angry. Yeah, people get angry when their rights are being put in jeopardy.
Okay,
My
well,
fault.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But
It's okay, no worries.
I wasn't. It wasn't my intention to shift the conversation towards slavery. That was a point you bring up. So when it comes to slave apologists, I wasn't defending slavery. I was defending what God speaks on when
Of
it comes.
course, and that's why I disagree with your religion, because you'll throw out all morality when it comes to God because you're scared of saying that He's immoral. When this is such an easy answer, this is such a yes or no question. Is slavery wrong? Yes. Is the slavery wrong in the Bible? Yes.
Okay,
But you'll do anything to fucking hop around the question and say, well, the text and blah blah blah, and then the context of the situation, and he didn't actually say to do it. He just made rules around it.
I mean,
so if I make rules around how to beat your child, what would you think about that?
Okay, well, when you put my argument in a funny voice, but you never proposed the question of God's morality. You only proposed the question of slavery.
Actually, I did. You just didn't hear me. You just didn't hear me then. I said if there's immoral shit in the Bible, I talked about Leviticus 25, and then I talked about Leviticus where it says a man shall not lie with a man. I said if there's immorality stacked up next to morality in your eyes, then God's immoral. You can't be both immoral and moral. You're either just immoral or you're immoral.
Well, we only have our definitions of morality or immorality because of a faith-based understanding of both concepts.
If you only have morality because a book told you so, you don't have morality. If I take away the book and you don't have morality, you never had any to begin with.
Well, no one
you don't
said
know how to
don't have
substantiate your.
morality without a book. Everyone says you have a morality because of your beliefs. I'm sure, even though you are atheist, you believe certain things that are right or wrong. Correct?
Yes.
Just as I've read the Bible.
But being an atheist, but Mel, thank you so much for the good evening. Being an atheist isn't a belief system. So, like secular ethics, we can talk about secular ethics if you want to go that way.
What would you think? I'm comfortable going on this as well. Well, what do you think? Where does your beliefs as an atheist stem from?
It's kind of a mix of things. So, like, not just like unnecessary suffering, but like mixed with like what's good for society as a whole. Comes from empathy. And thank you so much, Mel, for the heart me. It's a mix of things. Empathy, well-being for society, what's prosperous for society, and then the unnecessary suffering.
As a human, do you think that all humans are born with those innate values?
No, because we look at brain scans of people who do murder and stuff like that, and they don't have empathy or remorse. Their brains are just developed differently, so we know the exact reason for why these people do evil things, immoral things.
Do you think if these people came to a understanding of their relationship with Jesus as Lord, do you think that would stop them from doing these evil acts?
It's no, it's never stopped
Hitler
them.
was a Christian.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing.
I didn't hear what your buddy said, but okay, but
no, because Hitler was a Christian. And actually, what we see is the majority of crimes come from religious people.
Would you say that he's a follower of Jesus's and God's doctrine, or would you say he was just a Christian? To be fair, I would say
nobody quite knows, but I really could care less because none of y'all actually read your fucking Bible.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, vice versa, you can say atheist has also done awful things.
What about the KKK? Because they're all Christians.
I mean, that's complete. I hate this. Whataboutism is a thing, but I could bring up cases of atheists doing horrible things. I mean,
Go for it. Do it.
So how would you? If I can make the same argument with you in reverse.
Do it.
Why do you think that's a proper argument?
Because I just responded to what you said. You said if they found Jesus Christ, would they have done those things? And I said yes.
Well,
brought you reasons why.
Right. If they found your understanding of what's right and wrong, they would have done those things as well, correct?
It depends on their brain structure. Not everybody has an innate sense of like good morality. It's all subjective. Not everybody cares. Not everybody has empathy. Some people are super selfish. Some people are like their brains are just developed completely differently where they just don't give a fuck. But that doesn't depend on what you believe in. That just depends on how your brain is.
Well, yeah, sure, but my point being is that the outline of what's good and what's evil is not an innate thing. That's something put in us because of our knowing of a divine creation.
Completely disagree. I don't have a knowing of divine creation. I have innate morality. It's better than God's.
I mean, neither do animals, but animals don't know.
I don't care about animals.
Animals don't know good or evil, but humans do know good or evil.
Not everybody.
I mean,
You said everybody has a
mental capacity. Otherwise, they knew what they're doing is. Some people, you're right. Some people don't know, can't distinguish the difference in their head about whether it's good or wrong. But but that doesn't mean that there isn't good or wrong. Just because you can't tell red versus green doesn't mean red versus green.
Well, you're the one that brought up the point that you're the one that brought up the point.
You're subjective.
You're the one that brought up the point that God gave you a sense of morality, and I said no. I disagree with that.
Okay, but like I said, it's saying good or bad is subjective is a very, very dangerous thing to say.
I don't think so at all. I think that secular ethics is super important. Being subjective is just a definition. Okay, so it's subject to your mind. So everything is subjective because we are all mind dependent. So we're not mind independent, which would be objective. It's just a definition.
We definitely.
So everybody's morality is subjective. That's how we come to rules and regulations, but that doesn't mean we don't have morals just because it's subjective. You're just doing yourself a disservice by going at it that way.
Morality isn't objective, but action is objective.
No, morality is not objective. Morality is subjective to everybody.
Whether this thing is good, this thing is evil, one person can choose to do the good, one person can choose the evil.
Yeah, but we all have belief systems. We all have belief systems which drive our morality to begin with. I would say your morality is worse than mine because you believe that God is all good, but God is not good.
I never said God is not good.
Kraken, thank you so much for the subscription. You don't think God is all good?
I never said God is not all good. My proof that God is good is that somebody entrenched in sin, somebody who is homosexual, someone who is a slave owner, someone who's committed one sin or the other, can turn to Jesus and can come of this knowledge no matter where they are.
Did you just compare being homosexual to being a slave owner?
I absolutely did not. If you would have paid attention to my sentence, I broke this off completely.
You did not, bro. You literally did. You literally did, bro.
I said those in succession. I did not say those in comparison. Anyway.
No, as in you called both of those living in sin, as if
they're both sins. Correct.
Yeah. See, this is the issue I have with your morality right here because you think that all sins are equal.
I never
and
said
so
all sins.
No. The Bible does. The Bible, gossip is an abomination, but homosexuality is also an abomination. I think it's quite absurd that two can both be called the same thing, but gossip is definitely not harmful whatsoever. And I would say that, not whatsoever, I would say in some instances, but it doesn't cause an immense amount of suffering. And neither does homosexuality. Homosexuality doesn't cause suffering for anybody except for people that fucking oppress them.
Well, that's a great thing because all people. So I'll continue what I was saying. You can come to this knowledge and you'll be accepted no matter what you've done and no matter what you do.
I don't believe God is real, so there's no I don't give a shit about Jesus, and the God of the Bible is a moral monster. So I don't care.
Sure. I mean, okay, you specifically, but talking to people in the audience, maybe if they're not as totally convinced as you are in this case. No matter.
You think that people haven't heard your Christian shit before? You think this is new shit? You think that we live 2,000 years ago when nobody knew about the good news? You're not spewing anything new, brother. Everybody knows the story of Jesus. It's the most widely spread fucking shit. To the fact of Oklahoma just passed a law where everybody K through 12 has to read the Bible in school. But they'd never do that about the Quran.
Sure, well, I wouldn't say whether they do or not, but I'm still talking about it anyway. Maybe people have heard your viewpoint as well. But what I was saying is it's a good thing. All people can come. Everyone can be saved no matter what they've done in life. Whether...
No, you can't. So prove it.
Please
stop preaching. Stop preaching. This isn't your platform to preach on. We're doing a debate. So, first of all, you need to prove that your God is real. You're also going to need to prove that Jesus resurrected from the grave. Otherwise, you have no fucking leg to stand on.
I mean, okay. That's a lot to digest at once. So the proof
That
of
your God is real and that Jesus Christ resurrected is a lot. It's a lot. You believe in something that is a lot for you.
Well, there's a lot. Yeah, I do. I think that there's a lot of evidence for both.
The things I don't. Okay, give me some.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to preach to you exactly. I mean, I'm sure.
No, I don't want you to preach. I want you to give me the evidence that Jesus resurrected from the fucking grave.
It's one of the most historically documented events in history. I mean, there's
give me some historical evidence.
Historical documents.
Yeah, like what?
Historical documents.
Where they at? Give me a single.
If you don't take the Bible.
Where are they located?
The Bible will never be evidence for the resurrection of Jesus Christ, okay? So where can we find those 500 people, and some of them died in the Bible? Where can we find those 500 people that watch him resurrect? Where can we get those eyewitness testimonies? You can't. Because it's just in the Bible. The Bible's always going to agree with itself.
I'm working late, 'cause I'm a singer. Oh, it looks so cute. Wrap around my finger. My twisted humor.
Outside of the Bible being a compliment.
Nobody can hear you whenever you leave.
My honeybee.
Okay, sorry. I'm just great singing. Sorry. Anyway, if you don't take the Bible as face value as a compilation of historical documents pointing to the resurrection of God.
Do you take the Quran as historical documents?
The Quran is a historical document, whether you choose to believe it or not.
No, do you take the Quran as a historical document?
Yeah, I would.
But does it prove God's existence? Allah's existence?
I mean, I would venture to say it's two different gods being described there. The God of the Bible and the God of the Muslim faith. One is correct, one isn't. One exists.
But do they both exist or no?
No.
Okay, so just your God exists because your book is true? Because you say your book is true, but their book isn't true. Because you say their book isn't true. Because their God is a different God.
That's where the divinity comes in. That's faith. That's exactly what
faith. Right.
Oh, no.
So do you think that faith is a reliable source to come to truth?
It's morality. It's what you believe.
Morality is not faith. So faith is in the absence of evidence, okay? So faith will never be a reliable source of truth. If I can use faith to believe in things like fairies and
I wouldn't.
I'm not done speaking. So if faith I can use to believe in dragons and fairies and all of this shit, I can come to true conclusions and false conclusions using faith, then it's not a reliable source to come to truth. Faith is in the absence of evidence.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't try to an atheist or someone like such as yourself. I wouldn't use faith as an argument.
You just
when
did.
it comes to defending Jesus.
Yeah, you did. You did just do that. Yeah.
I said that my faith is what.
You said it comes to faith.
Yeah, I said my belief in the Bible as a completely, totally real historical document
comes down to faith
and proof.
Comes down to faith and proof.
Correct.
Nothing I believe because of faith.
Well,
that is like the most lazy thing to believe in.
Well, right.
It's logically lazy to believe in something from faith.
As an atheist, you don't believe in anything divine or spiritual. You believe in the belief. Atheism is a belief of nothing, right? So
No, it's not a belief of nothing. It's a lack of belief. That there is not evidence for any of these things spiritual. Any of these things that are like a deity, period. It's a lack of belief. It's not a belief system. Atheism isn't a belief system.
Correct. So I couldn't explain believing in something to an atheist who...
Yes, you can. I'm an ex-Christian. I'm an ex-Christian. You think I just came out of here, like I came out of the womb fucking atheist? I live in a...
comes out of the womb one way. Nobody comes out the womb a Christian either.
Actually, you're indoctrinated by your family, so...
You can call one... could you be indoctrinated in atheism as well?
No, you can't be indoctrinated by a lack of belief.
But that's
it's not a belief system. You can't be indoctrinated by a non-belief system. That doesn't make any sense. Do you even know the definition of atheism?
You can be indoctrinated into a non-belief What you were? So you said
No,
you're
you can't.
indoctrinated into Christianity, and you're also indoctrinated into atheism.
I never said
You
I was.
can't
I
be
never said I was.
indoctrinated into.
I never said I was
You
indoctrinated
can't
into
be.
atheism.
You can't be indoctrinated into atheism. It's indoctrination is the process of teaching a person or group to accept a set of beliefs uncritically. But atheism is not a set of beliefs. Atheism is a lack of belief, making it the antithesis to indoctrination, if anything. So no, you cannot be indoctrinated into being atheist. However, a lot of us grow up being told that God is real without any critical thought, which is the definition of indoctrination.
What caused you specific? Maybe you don't want to get this personal. What caused you to turn away from your faith or belief system?
I was posed a question I couldn't answer. I'm sure you've heard sorry, I'm blinking. The argument of evil for God. Or not evil for God. Sorry, what's the argument called?
The problem of evil.
The problem of evil. And so I always struggled when I was younger. A lot of shit didn't make any sense, but I was indoctrinated. So I was indoctrinated to believe God is this all good being. I never questioned anything until I hit about 20 years old, and then I just started thinking about thinking critically about things, and then I just came across this video that was talking about the problem of evil and God, and I couldn't dispute it. So then I just started doing more research into more viewpoints and more philosophical problems with God, more scientific problems with God. Yeah, and then it just came more clear, and it makes literally no sense that there would be a God existing at all.
Would you say you didn't? Would you say you were told not to ask these questions, or would you say you didn't ask these questions?
I didn't ask these. Well, I always had these questions, but I just didn't ask them because I just believed without ever critically thinking.
Do you think if you got older, you would have started critically thinking about your faith in the context of knowledge, or actually rooting your faith into an understanding,
No, I tried to do that. I have Hebrew tatted on my neck. I was a devout Christian. Would say that like you probably think you have a relationship with God. I also thought I had a relationship with God. But when you can't actually back those things, and they're literally the definition of an imaginary friend, and you can back that with what we have studies on children and how they view their imaginary friends. It's the same thing. You just have a relationship with a fictional character. So I just couldn't back any of my beliefs. And also reading the Bible really, really helps me understand that the God of the Bible is a moral monster. And if he's all good, he can't be all good and immoral and a moral monster at the same time. Those are contradictions. They can't exist. And I definitely wouldn't follow, besides the point that I don't follow him, I'm also an anti-theist. I think that most religions, if not all religions, are terrible for society.
Okay, well, yeah, with those beliefs, I mean, I don't think I would be able to properly convince you one way or another. If you asked your questions, which it's sad to me that you weren't able to get those questions answered, and I wish
you can't answer my questions. You think you can't answer the problem of evil for God. Nobody can, because it comes down to this. When I ask you what's the problem of evil with God, how can he be all good and not good at the same time? Whenever he calls for child sacrifices, whenever he condones and sanctions slavery, whenever he condones and sanctions rape, whenever he does mass genocide all throughout the Bible, whenever he tortures people for faith, all these sorts of scenarios creates a hell for people in your worldview. So whenever somebody's on their death row, let's say they murdered, let's say Hitler, okay? Hitler's in prison, but he prays to Jesus and he asks for forgiveness and he gets to go into heaven. But me, as somebody who needs more evidence for God's existence, I don't. I do as a job, I'm literally a public servant to people. All I do is care about people. So with that being said, but I'm gonna go to hell for just the lack of belief, because there's not enough evidence for anything, and that's how my brain works. I need evidence to believe something.
Well, I'll address 2 points here. I would assert that if you did, you proposed me that question, I would say God gives humans free will. That would be my argument, and we
God doesn't care about free will.
But I have a feeling that you wouldn't accept that as the answer. You would say
No,
that's not the
because if you knew the Bible, you'd know God doesn't care about free will because He takes away people's free will all the time.
In what way would you say?
I can read some verses to you. 1 second.
Sure. God gives us free will. It's a choice whether you go to heaven or it's a choice whether you go to hell.
Yeah, no, so that's a false dichotomy, okay? So listen, would anybody in the right mind choose hell? Absolutely not. So you don't get a choice in to say you're scared and so you choose. It's not an actual choice. Why the fuck anybody in the right mind would choose something that is an eternal fire, okay? So like for example, I'll give you another like hypothetical that is realistic to what God actually did. If I say you and I go on a date, let's say I say you and I go on a date, and then if you say yes to this date, then we're gonna be the happiest. You're gonna be the happiest you've ever been. You'll be at the most peace you've ever been. But if you say no to this date, I'm gonna lock you in my basement and set you on fire. You don't have a choice. You have an ultimatum.
Well, why? Well, with that in mind, why doesn't everyone say yes?
Because it's an ultimatum.
Well, why didn't you say why did you choose one or the other?
I don't believe in either. I don't think that's my problem with God. I don't think that He's real because if He's all good, all knowing, all of these things, but creates these types of things, then He's not real.
Well,
like, they contradict each other. You can't be all good and then create this like fucked world, this like fucked universe, all that kind of shit. If He's perfect,
you're gonna be able to not believe, correct? So you're
first of all, free will actually doesn't even really exist. If you talk to physicists and scientists, not in every situation do you actually have free will. Your brain actually takes over in a lot of like fight or flight and all these kinds of things. You don't always have free will. So if you actually understood that like how your brain works with free will, yes, we have free will to do certain things, but also you don't at the same time. So
but can you answer this question as if so you're saying do you have free will as you're saying
you have free will in certain circumstances, but in certain circumstances you don't. Your brain takes over.
Well, how could you? So did your brain take over and tell you to be an atheist? Is your brain not you? Not your brain?
I know. I was just answering your question when you said, "Do I think there's free will?" Yeah, I didn't know you were referring to my
right.
Me being an atheist.
Yeah, if I'm not. Let's say I'm not talking about you specifically, but you said yes to go on a date, no to go on a date. Wouldn't you say wouldn't everybody choose yes? Wouldn't people such
out of fear? Yeah, and I think that's fucking obnoxious.
Well, why didn't you say yes? And why do you say no?
Because I'm not afraid of something that doesn't exist.
That's free will. You can believe that something doesn't exist, even if it does exist. That's free will.
No, the problem with free will is that it's fucked. Okay, I don't believe in the free will, and I don't believe. Do you think that in heaven everybody is happy? That they don't sin?
Free will?
Do you think free will exists in heaven?
You believe it or not?
I'm asking you. Do you think that like there's free will in heaven, but there's still like happiness and like not murder and all these bad things? Do you think those things exist in heaven?
In heaven, there's no.
There's no evil, right?
It's good. Yeah, that's absence.
Oh, okay, so God could create such a place. He just chose not to.
You are saying God could create heaven on earth?
Well, He should have, because if He's an all good, perfect being, that's what He should have done. But He chose not to, because He's not all good and He doesn't exist.
So he could. So you say slavery is bad, but He could subject us to just everything being perfect, everything being rainbows all the time.
Yeah, you can still have free will and there be happiness and not murder in the world. For example, like God could have, stealing Ian's point for a second, God could have created our anatomy in such a way that where a grape couldn't be allowed. But He didn't care for that. In fact, in the Bible, God doesn't even know woman's own anatomy because women get stoned in the Bible for not bleeding on a cloth. But we know by women's anatomy that only women bleed 50% of the time on their first time around.
Well, the bleeding on the cloth, that's obviously I won't go down that. I'll say with the task at hand, but like the question I was posing, okay, God does promise in the Bible that when Jesus comes back, there'll be a new kingdom, New Jerusalem, that'll be heaven on earth. But that'll be with our will because we chose to believe in Him and we chose to be a part of that. We chose to be a part of the new coming.
Can I ask you a question, Praying?
Of course, sure.
Do you think consent can exist with coercion?
Do I think consent can be coerced out of somebody?
Do you think
Yes.
consent can? Oh.
I'll frame it.
Oh,
You know what, I'll
really?
frame
Oh,
it.
that's
Yeah.
not. Oh, that's. Oh, that's. Oh.
Anyway, I was talking about something
Oh.
completely different.
No, 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 no.
No,
Did you
that's
just say
not.
that
What you
consent
asking
can
me?
be like?
No.
Sam, re-ask your question.
So
Do
you
you
said can
think
consent?
consent?
Let Sam.
Sure.
Can consent exist with coercion?
So can
If someone
you be coerced
coerces you into
Yeah.
saying yes, is that actually consent?
That's not what you said, and you just changed.
No,
the
that's
question.
literally
That
what
is
Sam
what
said.
I'm
You just didn't
asking.
hear it.
Sure. Okay. Let's say sure. So you said can. You said okay.
I
At
said
first
the
you
first
said
question I asked was, can consent exist with coercion?
and then you asked a separate question: is coerced consent? I would say no to the latter.
No,
and say
Sam.
yes
Sam
to the
did not ask that question. Sam
never
asked the
asked that
first question. You interrupted Sam, and then it said yes in the middle of Sam's sentence. You have a really bad problem of interrupting in the middle of somebody speaking. You didn't. Sam did not ask a second question. They asked the first question. You asked the second question, not Sam. And you answered your own question.
Okay. Well,
I will literally screen record this part for you, and I will send it back to you just so you hear yourself.
Okay, I think maybe there's some latency issues. I didn't intend to cut her off, but I would say that coerced consent isn't consent. And I would, no.
Okay, thank God. Anyway,
Can we go back to what we were talking about?
No.
Yes, this is the reason why I asked this question. It's very related. So, if someone presents you with two options, and one of the options is so incredibly painful, and obviously you don't want to go through that. Let's say, for example, in the case of having sex, if someone says, we're gonna fuck, and if we don't fuck, then I'm going to roll you around in gasoline and then put a match on your titty, you know? Or we can have the sex. Are you gonna choose to be rolled around in the lighter fluid, bestie, or no?
I mean, I don't think that's a proper characterization of either one of our arguments, but so I don't.
You don't have a true free will, is what we're saying. Like nobody in their right mind would choose hell. It's an ultimatum. It's if you don't
Then why
choose
do
me, you
people
go to a
choose
lake of
hell every
fire.
day? Then
They
why
don't
do
choose
people
hell. They don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. That's why I'm saying your gut doesn't exist. It's a false dichotomy. It's bullshit. It doesn't.
Well, if I
It doesn't
don't believe in
exist.
There
one,
is
the
not a
word
choice.
exists. If I don't, I can say I don't believe in plenty of things, and they still exist.
Well, we've been asking you to prove whether or not he exists this entire time, and you have yet to demonstrate that. So why should we believe he exists? And if your answer is faith, why the fuck should we believe in things with evidence?
I can't convince you that you should believe in something or not. It's a belief. It's what you believe.
It's not a should. This is not an oh.
I'm done.
Fair enough.
Last one of the night, and then I'm gonna get off and hang out with my brother, so that I'm not such a bitch.
Hello.
What's up? How old are you?
I am 18.
Are you queer?
I am not.
Okay. Do you think that being lesbian is wrong?
That's crazy work, AG.
Sorry, I heard a little fruit.
I do because I believe in God. So.
Okay, can you prove God's existence?
Prove his existence. There's plenty of proof of how when he was crucified and then put in his tomb and then he risen 3 days later.
Yeah, so give me the evidence for his resurrection.
The people alive during that time.
Yeah, so
ran it down.
give me their eyewitness accounts outside of the Bible. Give me the eyewitness accounts outside of the Bible.
Well, I don't exactly know what they said off the top.
Oh
of my
yeah,
head.
yeah. That's because we don't have any.
Off the top of my head. Okay. They made the Bible for a reason, for Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so is the Quran real?
The Quran? Yes.
Is it true?
Yes.
The Quran's true?
Yes.
Are you a Christian? Oh.
Bro ran.
A runner and a track star. A runner and a track star. Well.
Since he's crying in the comments. What's up, how old are you?
Nigger Hitler, faggot, nigger, faggot.
Keep their thing while I'm blocking them. Okay. Period. Fucking love you, Sam.
I love you more. Also, why the fuck did they follow me?
Ew.
Why do so many people come up to call us slurs follow me? What the fuck is going on?
Last one, so I'm not. I can't do the fucking.
So you don't lose your shit.
Yeah, I thought I wanted to argue today. Thought I wanted to do it, but honestly, I can't do the fucking slave apologist, man.
Understandably so.
They want to hop around it so bad, and it pisses me off so much.
Yeah.
I just can't handle the fucking idiocracy.
It's really depressing.
I don't think anybody's in here.
That's okay.
Sam, you need to go to bed.
I'm about to order this fucking pizza and some pasta
Hi.
and finish my goddamn weave. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
No, because I absolutely love women and they deserve the world.
Period. Take it easy, okay?
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm actually gonna end on that one, so I don't
that's for the
rile
best.
myself up.
Period. Y'all, I'm gonna try and go live one more fucking time.
I will join
and
you.
if
I will
it
watch
doesn't
you.
work, if it doesn't work within the first 20 minutes, I'm calling it. All right.
If you don't follow Sam, please follow Sam. We're gonna do a Sam raid. I know majority of the people watching me are probably your people, anyways. But
We
for
shall
some
see.
reason, whenever I go live with you, it also fucks with my views.
Yeah, I don't. TikTok just really doesn't fuck with me like that. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what it is.
Me
But
neither.
I go live almost every day. Sorry for the bitchiness today, y'all. I'm not putting up with it. I couldn't do it. I can't do it.
And that's perfectly valid.
You have no way of getting a woman pregnant, and you're pretty dumb if you don't know what IVF is.
Yeah. Also, knowing you, you have no way of getting a woman pregnant either, and you're straight. Kind of sad. Kind of depressing. Oh.
Are you just mad that I could take your girlfriend?
Period.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
could.
though, because I'm wifed up.
I'm polyamorous. She's mine. Anyway,
You gotta fight with Jaden about that.
not you.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, listen. Unless.
Okay. All right. I'll be probably back tomorrow. Maybe not. I want to plan on going live tomorrow, like morning, but I'll post about it. Go follow Sam and go raid Sam's live, and take care of yourselves. Good night. Goodbye.
Bye.